Good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. It's a Saturday, it's early, it's about 7:15, and I'm off to collaborate yet again. So Notch to 11 today is heading to sunny Cambridgeshire to visit my good pal Treasure Hunting with Tom. You might remember if you've seen it, he and I went on the beach a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago now, and we found some modern coin stuff. Today we're going to one of his small permissions to see if we can locate a lost artifact. Lost artifact? Is that right? It's a lost ring. It's not an artifact, it's a wedding ring. And with a bit of luck we'll find it, but it's in a wooded area, so we're not quite sure what to expect. But bless him, he's invited me down, so who am I to turn that wonderful invitation down? So I'm leaving now. Should take me about an hour and 20 minutes or so. It's going to be a hot one, albeit we're going to, by the sounds of it, be in the shade. And I look forward to seeing you when we get there. Take care. Morning, you lovely people. So here we are. If you go down in the woods today, you're likely to bump into Treasure Hunting with Tom. We're here, we're in Cambridgeshire, we're in the woods. We're very much in the woods, and we are on the hunt for a lost wedding ring. So that is our task today, and see what else we find. This very kind, wonderful gentleman has let me come down and do a bit together. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and see what we come up with. So let's get you to the first hole. So kind of Tom to let me come down, bless his heart. We'll see what he can find, and hopefully we'll get that wedding ring. But very first find of the day, as he throws his glove down, is a bit of, well, it's a lid of something. Oh well, got to start somewhere. Very trashy land, very, very trashy. So you have to pick your targets carefully, especially when you're looking for a ring. I found a ring, but it's not gold. And it's definitely not a wedding ring. Got big fingers. Sorry, bad joke. Yeah, another little horsey brassy thing. Another ring, smaller this time, still not gold. And a dog. That's fancy. The dog's left me alone, by the way, now. Wasn't very happy, but he's gone. Yeah. It looks like it was a little, you know, squished. But I reckon that was a little box. Possibly matches or something. You see what I mean? So you've got a gap there and a gap there. And if you look at it that way, if you straighten that all out, they would be, these little gaps would be on the side, and it would be a kind of rectangular box. Oh, I like that. That's very fancy. See what Tom thinks when I see him. Well, it's very, very trashy, this ground. So we're trying to pick out the signals as best as we can. Trying to find this ring. Not close so far. But what I have got, talking of rings, I think that's probably part of a bicycle bell. So it definitely would have rung, but it isn't a ring. You get my drift. Unsurprisingly, nearly blew my flipping ears off. See you in a bit. Next one. In the 80s, nice and green, 3 little holes in it, no idea, see you in a bit. Oh, the next one was in the 60s. By the way, in case I haven't mentioned, this ring that we're looking for was lost some years ago, so that's why we're digging holes, not just looking on the surface, because it's most likely have sunken into the ground now, so that's why we're digging. Anyway, this one was in the 60s. It's quite interesting. Like it's got a little strap around it, and then hollow piece that kind of nib, or kind of, you know, almost like a pen or a pencil end, but I'm not sure. Give that a clean up a bit later. That's quite interesting. Cool. Well, they're getting smaller, they're getting thinner, but they're not getting any golder. See you in a bit. Lumpus lettuce. That weighs a flipping ton. And you can see why I dug it, can't you? Imagine the tone that was giving off. Oh well. I'll keep you weighted down for a bit. Right, there's a lot of glass around. I know I'm not wearing gloves, but I was when I picked it up out of the ground, so don't worry. That's quite cool. Shame that's not a hole. just had a hammered call from the corner. I don't think he's telling the truth, but I'll stand corrected if, of course, he is. Yeah, it's Bovril. I like that. Right, let's go and find Tom's hammered. Not. Well, we've got another ringy thing, but not a ring. You can see that just there. It's got roots going through the middle of it. It was in the 60s. Let's pull that out of the way. See that? It's quite nice looking. Don't think it's anything. Just give it a quick clean. Might be a little kind of rivety leather fixing kind of thing. Not sure. Let's have a quick look. Back in a sec. Yeah, none the wiser. It's almost like that's kind of all been bent over to secure it to something. See what I mean? So if you kind of flatten them all out, put it through the fixing for the leather or whatever, and then bent it back to keep it on there. That's my take on it anyway. That's all right. Different, isn't it? See you in a bit. Well, I can't help but think we're not going to find the ring, sadly. What we did find is a cat collar with the tag still attached for a dear old cat called Toby. And Tom found it, actually. So I've just rung the lady who's the owner of Toby. I'm pleased to tell you that Toby is still alive and kicking. And there's no requirement to reconnect the cat collar with the cat, which is a shame because that would have been a nice story for Tom. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many we're going to any more we're going to get in now, because it's getting on a bit. I've got to get back to sunny Essex at some point. This was poking up at me, which I thought for a minute might be a very nice button, but then I saw the thread, and then I saw the other end, still with a bit of rubber or cork or something, so possibly a little valve or something maybe, don't know. Oh well, see you in a bit. Well, almost certainly the last one of the day. It's yet another ring, but not a gold ring, and the dog still doesn't like me. That's interesting though. Some sort of something there, and then the little button inside, which is a bit weird. So I'll give that a quick clean and see if anything comes up from it. But yeah, I think it's probably just took, but we'll see. See you in a bit. Right, here we go. The end of the day. It's been amazing. We went down in the woods today and we did not find a gold ring. Thanks for having me, Tom. It's been a brilliant day. We've had some finds, nothing spectacular, but some interesting bits and bobs. So we'll have a quick look when we get home, and I'll show you on the full roundup. But we're going to call it a day. We're going to get back out into the sunshine, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Morning, you lovely lot. It is the morning after the day before. It was too hot, too nice outside, and too many cold beers and football to be watched and drunk to do this until this morning. Yeah, absolutely lovely few hours in the woods with treasure hunting with Tom. So a massive thank you to you, Tom, and to your lovely wife, Marie, for putting up with me and for even buying me my lunch. I mean, that's amazing. They even bought me my lunch, which was so cool. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. If you don't already subscribe to Treasure Hunting with Tom, you absolutely must. He's got some brilliant videos And when the crops have gone, he's going to get back on those amazing permissions of his and find lots more Roman and hammered and all those kind of things. So give him a sub. Also, a non-metal detecting channel, but Tom's wife, Marie, has a channel called Disney Geek Runner. So Disney, as in Walt Disney, Geek Runner. It's a very new channel. It's only got a handful of subscribers so far, but it's really inspiring to see her efforts with all of her running. So yeah, get over to her channel and give her a sub. I'm sure she'll really appreciate it. So what did we find? Not a huge amount. I think we concluded that the area we were digging in the woods where this ring has gone down somewhere is actually part of an old Victorian slash kind of 1900s dump. There's a lot of glass, a lot of ceramics, a lot of just general junk laying around and just under the surface. So it's going to make it really difficult to find that wedding ring, but I think Tom's going to persevere. And to be honest, you know, some days you don't find stuff, and some days it's more about being out under the skies with good company and actually the thrill of the chase, looking for that ring. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I won't dwell upon the finds too much. Suffice it to say, we found lots of glass. So I had to be, you know, even dig with with lots of care because there was lots of jagged glass. So that's a Bovril. This thing was quite nice. Nice kind of colouring to it. And that was for someone called Milner Brothers, who were in Dewsbury in London, would you believe? So that's quite nice. Lots of ceramics, as I've said. I do like my blue and white ceramics, so I've picked up that little piece just to show you. That's quite nice. Bits and bobs here. This is kind of an old paper clip slash broachy thing. I don't know. That kind of must have gone on to something. A little bit of piping with 3 holes in. No idea. Kind of valvey bits. Still not sure what that is. I thought it might be the end of a pencil or something, but I'm still not convinced. No idea. Bit of scrap. A bit of a bicycle bell. So that was a ringer once upon a time, but not anymore. Tom found a really nice one of those actually, which I'm sure you'll see if you go over to his video. Lots of ringy things, but not wedding rings. That's quite interesting, with a kind of little nubbin on the inside. So the more I look at that, I think that's probably possibly a lid. A lid handle. So that kind of, you pulled that up or something like that, not sure. Little leathery mount, that's quite interesting. Again, not sure. And then last but by no means least, that's probably the best find I had of the day. I'm pretty convinced, it was not silver by the way, I have checked it, but I'm pretty convinced that's a kind of a Vesta case, or, you know, a matches case or something like that. Possibly cigarettes, I'm not sure. So it's quite a lovely design on it, quite interesting, isn't it? So if you've got any ideas what that might have been, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. So that's it from me for today. Thanks as always for joining me. And a huge thank you to Treasure Hunting with Tom and Disney Geek Runner for putting up with me. It was really great to see you again, Tom, and to meet you, Marie. And look forward to hopefully digging with you again, mate. For the meantime, thanks for stopping by. Stay cool. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.